First of all, let me say that I don't think charter change assumes an urgent character at this point. No, I wouldn't want to prioritize charter change at this point. Why do I say that? Now, you have seen more than 5 years of sort of a transition stage of planting the seeds of reform. Now, I think it will take more than one term of an administration to really come up with all of these changes in the Constitution, the desired changes in the Constitution. And it would practically create a standstill in our political and economic life. Now, I know that some of the deeply rooted problems in our country would entail constitutional changes. Now, the restrictions, the limitations on foreign ownership on certain areas of economic activity, like private lands, like advertising, like mass media, public utilities. There have been clamor. Because in the first place, I think it was sort of a mistake that this was provided for in the Constitution and did not leave it to the wisdom or the collective wisdom of Congress to either lift or further restrict foreign ownership, as the case may be. And subject matters like this really require extensive study, and it requires extensive consultation among experts, business leaders, academia, etc. Yes, I may be open to charter change, but I would always want to look at the very context of the proposals and the agenda behind the clamor for charter change. So let's try to balance the need to effect certain fundamental changes in the Constitution and the need to just continue the reforms that have been started.
All right, ma'am. So just a follow-up to that. Are you against or for the current situation in the Constitution right now that limits ownership? Would you prefer that more would be given to foreigners?
Maybe certain areas, but not all.
Okay.
But we need really the take or the viewpoints of our experts on those matters. The overall effect of restricting those, of lifting those constitutional restrictions or the ownership on the industries affected, and particularly on the economy.
So, ma'am, you mentioned that you were open to economic charter change, but then, aside from that, would you have any alternative proposals for making sure that the economy would still grow, given that there is limits?
It's just really making sure that good governance continues under principled leadership. Now, we need to have really always a government that is worthy of the people's trust.
So you're saying, ma'am, that it's not necessary that we give ownership to foreigners as long as we have good governance?
Yes.
All right. Thank